How are you guys doing? How are my warriors doing today? So y'all already know where I am. Your girl is driving. Yes, she is. Now it's only around the corner, but I told you guys my goal is to be able to drive, further as time goes on and drive to church and things like that. But now I'm just jumping right on into the video. I ain't saying hey, I haven't said hey, how y'all doing, how's it going, but hey, my CP warriors, how you guys doing? I hope all is well. Just wanted to jump on real quick. Y'all please excuse my shirt. I know y'all can see my little bra strap or whatever. I had just put on a little tank top to run out real quick, and your girl can't go braless, so here we are. But so please excuse, see my little bra right there. But I hope everybody is doing well. I just want to come on real quick because I told you guys that I would jump back on so we can continue talking and continue our conversation from my last video, in which I gave a little story time, and I also inserted a clip at the very end of my video that I told you all that I would insert. If you are interested in that video and you want to know what it was about and you want to get caught up based on what we're going to talk about today, go back to my most recent video and you will be able to see and hear everything that I was talking about. So I guess I will just, if I had to give this video a title, I would just say story time continued. Cause I'm just talking, it's really, nothing specifically that's like, pressing in my mind right now. But I did want to continue with some of the questions that I get on my comments. And that's kind of why I'm back on here today. And I try to do a video whenever I'm out or if I'm driving, because I feel like that's the time where I have the most privacy. It's kind of my me time, and I can kind of like focus to a certain degree on what I want to talk about. So we were talking about just some of the questions that I had gotten in my comments, and I was just kind of sharing some personal experiences with you guys about my journey and my pregnancy and things like that. So, but to jump right into it, I'm trying to think where I want to start. I think one of the last questions that I had posed or said or mentioned in my video was if anybody knew anything about fetal absorption, comment below and let me know what information you may have on fetal absorption. Of course, I could just Google it, look it up, or whatever like that, and find out some information. But I just wanted to know if anybody basically has personally experienced that in their journey, in their pregnancy journey. I believe that I've gone through it. I was going through it at one point in time, and the only reason why I say that is based on the pictures, like I said, and I said this in the last video too, was based on my my ultrasound. Yeah, I gotta make, yeah, okay, this is my turn. Yeah, this based on my ultrasound, and like I said, I didn't see as many babies on there as I saw in the beginning of my pregnancy a few years back. And just because of what my body was going through, a lot of different things that, and again, I'm not 100% sure, guys. I really, really don't know. I think my biggest reasons why I'm saying that is because obviously my stomach is not as protruding out as much, and I know the babies they go in different places and your stomach size does change. But I would say the biggest thing for me is just not seeing them on the ultrasound like I was before. So yeah, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm still having multiples for sure. And with CP, and for those of you who are just joining this video, or you don't really know much about CP is short for cryptic pregnancy. I have a lot of new subscribers who may have questions and things like that. So my suggestion, if you have questions and you think you may be going through a cryptic pregnancy, I would ask that you would go back to my previous videos, to the Q&As, to just, kind of from the beginning, because I answer a lot of questions in those other videos. I do still try to answer questions even now, because information has changed since then, since those videos have been put out. A lot of things have changed, and I do still try to take time to answer some of the questions that are, repetitive. I don't have a problem with it, but sometimes I don't have the time to elaborate like I want to on your comment. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just kind of blowing you off or I'm uninterested in your question. It's not that, but the questions that are asked, I really can't give like 2-3 sentences to answer. It's a pretty lengthy, answer that I would have to give, and I don't always have the time to respond that way. So that's why I say sometimes just refer back to my other videos, because you may be able to get your questions answered in detail. So yeah, so recently I've gotten, and periodically too, I get questions that says, or women that say, I think that I'm experiencing this type of pregnancy. I'm getting a negative test, but I'm still feeling like I'm pregnant. Or they may say I've been pregnant for, like, I guess beyond the 9 months or whatever, like I've been pregnant for 12 months, or I feel like I'm pregnant, but the doctors are saying they don't see anything on the ultrasound. The things that we went through, when I say we, meaning, my seasoned CP moms who have been pregnant for quite some time now. And so, what my response is to the women that think that they may be going through a cryptic pregnancy, and then they tell me, they give me a description of like, maybe they feel movement, or their stomach has gotten bigger, but they still get a negative test and they still get their period, but they're really sick. And I'm just like, well, with CP, you really have to wait it out to really see what your body is going to do. And you have to let your body talk to you, because I can't say whether or not it's CP. And I said, sometimes if someone sends me a picture of their belly or their stomach, and they've been, pregnant for a minute, you know what I mean? And when I say a minute, beyond like 6 months or whatever, because if you're 6 months pregnant based on your own personal calculations, but you still get a negative test and you still get your period, I can't say that that's CP. Like, I just can't. I'm not a professional, and I can give you my opinion, like I said, but there just has to be, there are certain ways that I can tell, and then there are ways where I just don't know, and usually I can pretty much say yes or no to what I think. If, like I said, if I see your ultrasound and I can see what I believe is a baby, or you can, you can show me a belly picture and I can kind of give you my opinion on that. But, to say, that you've been experiencing something for 3 months, or, you're still getting a negative test, and you're feeling movements and stuff like that. The only thing I can say is you have to keep monitoring your body and see how long it happens, or see how long it lasts, but I can't say whether or not it's CP, So I always encourage women to just listen to their bodies and just keep processing what you're experiencing, and I said, it's really a difficult situation all the way around, because even if it is CP, it's not medically recognized, unless they find a doctor that is just willing to be open about it, or if that doctor may know something about CP, or whatever the case may be. I mean, I hope that someone would be that fortunate to have a doctor that would say, let's take things a step further, or do further tests or whatever. I don't know. So I hope that helps. And y'all, if y'all see me pause or stop or breathe for a minute, my stomach is just on 10 right now. And I just have days where, I just gotta be still for a minute. And I'm just kind of having that moment right now. So I apologize. So I don't even like to. I really don't even like to eat sometimes when I have to go out somewhere and I'm in a car, or if I'm not at home. I don't like to eat. I don't like to drink. I don't like to do none of that, because it's like when you are not home, it's almost like your mind plays tricks on you. Like you start feeling sick, or you got to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes, or you just start to feel uncomfortable. And I don't know if it's psychological, because I know I'm not at home. And it's like, because obviously when you're home, you can go to the bathroom and do what you need to do because you're home. But it's like when you're out, you don't have that luxury, and you got to walk to wherever you got to go. Like if you do have to go, whatever. And then you know how it is when you have to use a public bathroom or somebody else's bathroom for that matter. It's just like, I don't know, for me, like I said before, I don't want to keep saying I'm OCD, because I don't like to play around with that term, because that's a very serious condition. But I'm a very particular person, and I'm very particular about the way that I keep things and do things, and I just have a lot of different issues with certain things. I'm just very particular. And y'all, I'm going over bumps too. Lord, today. I remember one time I literally had to pull over and just stop moving. That's what I feel like now. Like I just need to stop moving. But I'm gonna try to press through it. So, and I'm not too far away from my house, so I think I'd be okay. But it's like, I just feel like this don't really happen too much when I'm at home. It's always when I'm out, and that's rare, because I don't get out much as I used to. But I'm trying to change that, because I got things I got to do. Certain seasons in my life, when that season is over, it's over, and I got to move to the next thing. So I don't believe in staying stuck. So, but anyway, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was saying. But I think I was just talking about being particular about certain things, and so it kind of brings up like a little bit of anxiety when I am out, because it's like I don't want to use nobody else's bathroom. I don't want to go to nobody else's house to do what I need to do or whatever. I just want to be in the privacy of my own home. But yeah. But anyway, back to answering some more questions. So I hope that helped with women that have said, I'm having these symptoms and something doesn't seem to be right, something seems to be a little off, and I really feel like I'm pregnant. Like I said, it's just a waiting game. That's the only advice I can give. So guys, so every now and again I will get some random person who obviously disagrees with the fact that I'm pregnant, and you know how these trolls are, and then they always like, you're not pregnant, you're not this, you're not that. And being on a public platform, you're going to get people that have their differences of opinion or whatever like that. And I've talked about this before too, and I preserve my peace and my energy. And like I said, sometimes if I have time, or if I feel like giving them the business, I'll respond. If not, I just block them. some people I don't even acknowledge. It's just like, I just block them. I don't even waste my time, explaining myself to people. And then I know I could be condescending, so I want to be careful with my words, because I don't want to hurt people with my words, even though I am frustrated, or just like they don't even understand. They know nothing about me. They know nothing about my body or whatever like that. But I still have a responsibility to be careful with my words. And I know me, I have a smart mouth. And I'm just keeping it real, And, I start saying stuff that's not nice. And I'm not saying like I said, like cursing people out and using profanity and all that. But my words can still be sharp regardless, So, but anyway, I just thought I'd just throw that in there, because I believe in being real about, my journey and what I'm going through or whatever like that. And the other question that I get asked a lot, and I'm repeating a lot of things that y'all may have heard me say already in my previous videos, especially the ones that kind of watch all the time. So, you really, this may not be an interesting video to you, because y'all already know a lot of what I have said in the past. But then, like I said, I get other comments from people that don't know. And so I do try to do like little updates like this when I get a minute, just to kind of give a more current video to answer some of their questions. I'm always asked, like, how long have I been pregnant? If I had to guess, I would say probably between 5 and 6 years. And I still could be wrong, but I could have been pregnant before, but I didn't know. And I didn't start having symptoms of my pregnancy until like 2016. That's the latest time I can remember of kind of questioning myself, like, something is not right. Like, I noticed my stomach was getting bigger. And then 2017, I can't really remember if it was 2017 towards the end of that year, beginning of 2018. It might have been 2017, because I remember living one place, and then I was in the process of moving, and I had to go and buy clothes, bigger clothes. And I remember having to drive back to the place where I would get my clothes from. So I think it was between the years of 2017, 2018, and for the last, I would say since 2017, all the way up to really 17, 18, 19. Like for the last 3 years, I've just had to buy new clothes. But I think it was real rapid, like around between 20, let's see, between 2019 and 2020 is when I was like, I had to pretty much get a whole new wardrobe at that point. And for years prior to that, I would have to get like new shirts and stuff like that. Had bottoms, but my stomach just kept growing, my body just kept expanding. So, but now in 2020, like I said, my body has changed so much. It's like I don't know. I'm in between sizes, and some stuff I can get into, some things I can't. It just depends on what it is. Yeah, it just depends on what it is. So, yeah. So I would say between probably about 5 or 6 years. That's how long I've been dealing with my cryptic pregnancy. And I don't even know if that's accurate, but I'm thinking that's about how long, if I can be completely honest. And I'm also answering these questions for those who watch my videos, but they would never tell me that they watch my videos. They're actually they're friends with me on Facebook. They're associate, I ain't gonna say friends, but using the term friends, Facebook friends. There could be family members and people that I associate with that will never tell me that they watch my videos, but because they're inquisitive, I'm not gonna call them nosy. But because they're inquisitive about my pregnancy, and because I really don't say a whole lot on my personal platform, And they want to know, but they don't have the balls. Oh, did I say balls? Sorry, they don't have the guts to ask me or come to me directly, or they kind of, talk to other people about my situation. People that they think that I would confide in or talk to, they would ask them, but they won't ask me. And I don't know why, because I've always been an approachable person and a very transparent person, and I don't hide things. You know what I'm saying? I'm what they say, a realist. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, but I feel like I'm a real person in terms of being honest about where I am. No, I don't tell all my business. That's not wise. But when it comes to my journey and my pregnancy, yeah, you can ask me whatever you want to ask. We can talk about it, because I'm spreading awareness. I want people to know about this kind of pregnancy, and my passion for the Lord is just the same, So this is for the people in the back. This is for the people that's hiding on social media, that would never tell me that they support my YouTube channel. They don't click the like button. They don't subscribe, but they watch my videos. But that's just how people are. I don't get mad about it. It is what it is. And it's for the people, and I do these videos for people that's going through it. And like I said, to educate people and to help those who have questions, who feel like they're by themselves, or they just are completely lost as to what's going on in their bodies, and they can't get the answers that they need, and they're being shunned by doctors, and their family members are giving them a hard way to go. It's just a whole lot to it, and people don't understand it. So here's what I want to talk about real quick, because my time is almost up. I only literally have like 10 minutes or so, if that. This is what I want to talk about, right? So one of the hardest parts about this pregnancy for a lot of women is that people don't believe that these pregnancies actually exist. People don't believe that a person can be pregnant as long as we are. And, it's interesting because people, I don't know, they just, humanly, we just are who we are. We believe what we believe, until we're convinced otherwise, and we may not ever be convinced. But one of the most difficult things that I find with the CP community that we talk about a lot is the lack of support that we get, and it's hard because we don't get it from the people that should be on our side, that should be in our corner, that should support us. We get shunned by family members, we get shunned by our significant others, and I'm a voice for everybody, if I can be, because I talk to people, so I know what they deal with and what they go through, and it's a hurtful thing. People have split up. People are no longer together because they're like, it's been 4 years you've been saying you're pregnant. Where's the baby? The doctors keep saying you're not pregnant, and they don't see nothing on the ultrasound, and all of your tests come back negative. So what do you expect for me to believe? Everything that you're telling me is total opposite of you being pregnant. But here's the thing: you got a woman that has a protruding belly. You got a woman that can show you that you can hear the baby's heartbeat with the Doppler. On the ultrasound, you can actually see the baby. The doctors don't want to see it, and they say they don't because they don't consider the pregnancy to be viable. But when you get a copy of your ultrasound, you can see the baby's on the ultrasound. Like I said, you can see that the person's body has changed tremendously. They've slowed down. A lot of things in their life are not the same anymore, but none of those things play a factor in a person's decision to support you. And I'm not talking about like a cousin or a friend of a friend or somebody you've been knowing for a certain. I'm talking about people that's like supposed to be your rock. You know what I mean? And it's hard, because there's a level of maturity that you have to operate in when you don't get the support from people that should stand by your side. And when I say support, you can have support and still say, you know what, babe, or you know what, sis, or you know what, not brother, but you know what, friend, or whatever. I know that this is something that you strongly believe in, and I don't understand it. I don't, I'll be honest with you, I can't say that I'm fully convinced, but I will stand by your side no matter what. You know, if you want me to go to your appointments with you, if you want me to pray with you, whatever the case may be, it doesn't have to be support where you have this yes person that's saying yes, 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 and deep down inside, they really don't believe, you know, what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like having conversations, sitting down and talking about the matter, you know, even sitting down and doing research. And when I say research, I don't mean just just Googling cryptic pregnancy and reading the comments or reading what they say about cryptic pregnancy, because a lot of the information that is on Google is based off of what they pulled from our personal Facebook pages or from something that they got from our social media platform. They actually, like I said in my last video, when you Google cryptic pregnancy, you can see a picture of me and my belly show up because they pulled my information from my page that I posted. You know, so it goes beyond, it transcends that, you know. And I just believe that there's a level of support that, you know, you should give your loved one. When not even just with that, even with let's say if somebody was diagnosed with cancer, and you know, you needed to get a second opinion, or you were trying to find like a clinical trial that you could participate in, you know, you should have that loved one next to you saying, hey, we're going to fight to the end. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see who I can contact. You know, I'm going to fight with you. I mean, I know that's a little different because it's apparent that cancer is the issue and you know what the problem is or whatever like that. But even with CP, you know, it's not that clear what CP is. And so a lot of times, you know, we're told that we're psychotic, we're told that we're crazy, we're told that there is no baby, that's just us. And then there's a term that's used when they say that a woman believes that she's pregnant. She has all the symptoms of the baby bump. She can actually feel kicks and moves and everything like that, but there's actually no baby there. Now, that is true. There are women that actually go through that, where you can have the symptoms of being pregnant, have the baby bump or whatever, and there's no baby. So we have that we have to play with too, in terms of people believing us, because that's what they lean to, because the pregnancy is indefinite. And because the pregnancy goes on so long, everybody picks that symptom or that diagnosis because they don't believe that a baby can exist that long in a woman's body. And so we have so much playing against us with this kind of pregnancy, you know. And it's almost like you really, until you have the babies, there's really nothing you can say to a person to get them to understand that there's something living inside of you. And so to help those who are dealing with the fact that people have walked away from them, the people that don't have support, the people who don't pray for them, that should be praying for them, and don't give them support, and who have left them high and dry, one, you have to ask God to show you how to forgive. It's forgiveness. You know how people say, well, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. In a way, I can see it working both ways, because when you release people and you forgive people, for me, when I forgive someone, I begin to pray for them more. So they benefit too because I forgave them. So I believe it's for them too. And yeah, it's for me because I release myself from the stress and the pressure and the anger and all of that stuff. But I also make it a point to make sure that I pray for them. Not pray for them to believe me, not pray for them to change their mind or whatever, but just pray for them however God leads me to pray for them in their life. You know, because God has me. So, I that's my peace. God is my peace. You know, but it's just, it's really, really sad to have to walk alone with this type of situation going on. It really, really is, especially when people don't have family. There are a lot of women that are by themselves. There are a lot of women who have gotten this kind of pregnancy and they're no longer with the person that they're pregnant by. So how can they come back to that person 5 years later and say, hey, I just had my baby, or I'm pregnant and you're the father. And they're like, what do you mean I'm the father? I ain't seen you in over 5 years. We only slept together one time. How are you claiming me to be the father? And then when you try to explain to them, well, I have a pregnancy that's called this, and the pregnancy is indefinite, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, well, why didn't you ever say anything? Why didn't you ever mention it? Well, if I did mention it, I didn't think that you would believe me, blah, blah, blah. And if I told you, you would still say that I'm lying, whatever their reason is. So cryptic pregnancy is difficult all across the board. All across the board, because everybody that's pregnant is not married. Everybody that's pregnant, by somebody is not still with that person. You know what I mean? And then the ones that are pregnant, that is married, they have their battles too. So, I don't know. This is why I'm on here. This is why I support women with this kind of pregnancy, and this is why I'm telling my story, because doctors don't believe it. And if they do, and they do know something about it, they sure enough conceal it, and they don't want you to know that they know, and they don't want no parts in it. And I have no clue why a doctor would feel that way about this kind of pregnancy, because one, it's discrimination. Two, I'm pregnant just like the next woman. It's just a different type of pregnancy. So I just don't understand that. And so I just thank God for my relationship. And I know it's getting dark, y'all, because it's dusk now. So, and plus I'm almost at my destination, but I think y'all can still see me okay. But I only got like 2 minutes left. So, but yeah. So I just wanted to just come on here and just encourage those who are suffering in that way. People have walked away from women with this kind of pregnancy, and they have shunned them, and they've called them all kinds of names, saying they have all kinds of mental problems. And I think my experience personally, the thing that was a little hurtful for me in the beginning, is how I could be friends with somebody for 30 plus years. They know my track record. They know my history. They know that I'm not a liar. I've never been one to fabricate the truth. I've never had a history of saying things and doing things that were odd or awkward or far-fetched. And then when I come to my life turns and this kind of thing happens to me, then all of a sudden I'm desperate for a baby. I'm trying to keep my husband. I'm not pregnant. I've been saying this for 3 or 4 years. I just want to be pregnant. There's no such thing. She done lost her mind. She done gone crazy. I mean, just all kinds of ludicrous, all types of things that I'm just like, how do you even part your lips to say that about me? When I'm the one who was with you through hard times. I was the one who supported you when you were going through something financially, spiritually, psychological, whatever you needed, I was there. And so I go through something like this, and then you want to whisper behind my back or to other people about my pregnancy and question other people about my pregnancy instead of just coming to me. But see, a lot of people don't want to come to me. They don't want to come to me, because if they come to me, they're going to actually hear the real truth. And I'm not saying that in a threatening way or like I'm big bad and all of that stuff, but I'm just like, who better than to get the information from than me? I'm the one that's going through it. But like I said, even with that, I don't trip. And like I said, I had to really talk to the Lord about forgiveness, because when my babies do come, sorry, y'all. And I do have my babies. When I have my babies, then it's going to be, oh, she must have just got pregnant, or there's going to be something wrong with that. But anyway, when I do have my babies, I got to really pray to God that I don't just be like, don't touch my kids, don't ask to hold my kids, don't ask to be a part of my kids' life, because when I needed you the most, when I was at my lowest point in my life and I needed you, you weren't there for me. But I could forgive and still not have to be friends with people and associate with people, and I don't have to put myself in a position, to dwell with people. You know, I can forgive and keep moving. And ooh, that's what I plan on doing. And then and I'm not one to say I told you so, because God is my vindicator. He vindicates me. So, and I'm not here to prove a point. I'm just here because I know that what I'm dealing with is real, and what I'm going through is true. And whatever God wants to do in a person's life through my journey, so be it. So guys, I'm gonna go, because I need to stop talking and I need to get my breathing together so that I can settle my stomach. So I love y'all, and I look forward to talking to y'all again. Plus it's dark and I don't even know if y'all can really see me anymore. But the babies are really like, they're moving, they're up. So usually when this is going on, I'm usually off my feet and I'm laying down. So this is a push for me today, like I said. That's why I don't drive. But I love y'all, and thank y'all for your prayers and your support. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share this video, y'all. Make sure you leave a comment below if you have any questions. And I'll be back soon, guys, to do another video. I don't know when, but hopefully it won't be too long. But I'll be back. If I have another update or something comes up or whatever like that, I'll try to do another video to keep y'all posted. But thank you for your love and support. Talk to you soon.